Yo, yo, what is up? Welcome back to the Fightcast podcast. Fightcast, Fight Pod, whatever. Fightcraft Stereo Podcast with me, Klein Wong. We're here. We are not queer. Do get used to it. And we got some good fucking news here. Well, kind of good news. We don't get to see Benny Dariush fight anymore, I don't think. I don't see another fight for him on this card. Arman Tsarukyan fucking pulled out. Islam left alone. No one to Dutch rudder him. No one. Not a fucking Dutch rudder in sight. But wait, don't bust that nut just yet. Renato Money Moicano is fucking stepping in. 24 hours notice? To fight the champ, Islam Makhachev, at 155 pounds at UFC 311. Oh, fuck! That's a fucking good fight, dude. That's a fucking good fight. That is a good motherfucking fight. A little bit of housekeeping real quick. Potentially moving to a slightly shifted schedule. I was doing these podcasts Monday and Wednesday, Monday and Thursday, Tuesday and Thursday. That was kind of like the schedule I was looking at, and I'm thinking Sunday or Monday, and then Friday. And so, hence why we are recording tonight. Who's we? Klein, you're alone. No. I can see how you might think that, right? You look in my eyes. I have the sadness of a man who is in fact alone. Quick break to tell you this Fightcraft podcast is brought to you by Zyn. Zyn, when you want to challenge your gums to a fight. No, not really. No, I am not alone. I am with the quickly becoming my favorite guest, and by that I mean the only guest I've had on, Dorain Miller. Dorain, let's bring the homie on the show real quick.
What is going on, Fightcraft family?
What's up, brother? How you doing tonight?
Pretty good, bro. Chilling.
Good.
One more sleep until the fight card.
As John
It's
Anik would
been
say.
a minute. UFC is back. Last week was a great card.
I was going to say, it's been a minute. I mean, we had the Mackenzie Dern Amanda Hebos fight last week, but, I didn't watch it. And the only people who I know that did watched it with their pants around their ankles for Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Hebos. But you know what? I don't judge.
Hey, it's always those cards where, it doesn't look like there's much going on. There's just fireworks going on those cards, man.
Yeah, that's true. That does happen a lot. That does tend to happen.
Because at first glimpse, I'm not going to lie, I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this card looks not great. For like a casual watcher, you probably wouldn't turn it on. But there was just nothing. Just finish after finish after finish. It was great.
It was wild, bro. We saw our boy Ponzinibbio came back and got a little finish too.
Bro, I know.
That was great.
And he was losing.
Yeah, he's been losing for a minute now too, huh? But no, I think he won. He was like away for a while, and then he won. Dude, this one surprised. No, it didn't surprise me because I know Roman Kopylov is really good. But I just thought Chris Curtis would have more for him, and man, Curtis got fucked at the very last second. Oh man.
But it's just even like the build up to the fight. He was claiming that Kopylov had like spies in the camp and whatnot. So it's kind of like a telltale. He may not be all in that fight because they were training partners, and he probably knew how those sparring sessions went. So I had a feeling Kopylov may get the best of him in that one.
Yeah, but then did you like the real quick before we move on to tomorrow night? Did you like the Mackenzie Dern Amanda Hebos fight?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Dern definitely looked way better on the feet, especially now that she's back with Perillo. She looked a little bit more comfortable up there, not so flaily and shying away from the shots.
Yeah.
So she looked more fluid in there.
Has had a good jab for the past couple of fights, and that's obviously I feel like anybody who works with Perillo is going to just have they're going to come away with at least a great jab. Perillo, by the way, do you listen to the Jackson podcast?
I do.
Yeah, I do. The first one I ever listened to was about a week ago. Rockhold and Bisping. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. That was a good one. I was coming
That
out
was
of
a
the
good
gym.
one.
Coming out of the gym, listening to that one, and I was like, dude, this is fucking hilarious, dude. Rockhold and Bisping, like the most wholesome of like friendships now, you know?
The duo we didn't know that we needed.
Yeah, absolutely. Damn. Okay, so Mackenzie Dern avenging a decision loss from 2019 when she rematches Amanda Hebos with that third round submission win. That was badass. But let's not bury the lead here. Let's not bury the motherfucking lead. We got some fights. We have some fights, and we have some big news. I said it off the top, dude. Fucking Renato Moicano moving up to a title shot. They're giving him the Al Iaquinta treat. This is Islam Makhachev's Al Iaquinta moment.
Hey, you're not wrong. Even Al Iaquinta and Moicano, I feel like they're going to do something a little similar. When Iaquinta fought Khabib, he came out later in the rounds. And I think if Moicano could kind of survive that initial onslaught, round 1 and 2, I'm not saying he's going to win, but he may start to get a little bit more comfortable, find his shots in there.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I mean, what chance? So here's the cool thing is that and it is very much like the Ally. That was a joke, but like the Ally Quinta fight, he was on that card before he fought Khabib, so it wasn't like he was coming off the couch, you know, against like the champ who had been training. Like Moicano's been training, and like he was training for a fucking animal in Beneil Dariush. So it makes me wonder, like, man, is he as you know, it's not as outmatched as I think he is. Like when you say on paper, like, oh, this guy's coming up off the couch to challenge on 12 hours notice or 24 hours notice. What chance you giving our boy Moicano? I really like Moicano.
Moicano, I don't know. Moicano's a dog though, bro. So you never really know. I feel like if he can get out of rounds 1 and 2, I feel like he could take a round or so. He could potentially catch Islam. He can catch him on the feet. There could be a scramble. He could catch him in a submission. So I don't know. You can't really measure heart like that.
Yeah, it makes me wonder. See, Islam has this thing where he's clearing out I don't want to say the old dogs, although Dustin Poirier is a little bit long in the tooth, but like he's clearing out if it was a TV show, it was like last season's heroes. He's clearing them out, like in Poirier, in Oliveira. You know, he beat Bobby Green, but whatever. He beat Dan Hooker, Volkanovski twice. That's legit as fuck. Oliveira was legit as fuck too. You know, Oliveira's making a lot of sloppy mistakes, but like pretty legit wins. Islam, he has this weird man. I really wanted the Arman fight because I wanted a contender for Islam that had been training, that was in the same like generation as Islam, and like given the full breadth of a training camp. You know, you had Poirier, you had Volkanovski, who was a featherweight. You had Volkanovski coming up off of like 12 days notice. You had Poirier, who's definitely long in the tooth. You had Oliveira, who is long in the tooth, albeit he was the champ at the time, but he's making sloppy mistakes, you know. But then it's like you had Bobby Green, you had Dan Hooker, these guys coming up off short notice, and it's like, man, I just want, like when Khabib beat like Gaethje, you know, and he beat at the time that he beat Poirier, like you're like, okay, he's beating the contenders. They weren't as old as they are now, you know, and this is probably like pandemic era, like 4 or 5 years ago. Like they're fucking sharp. They have full fight camps. Like that was when I like kind of eased off of being a Khabib hater. Islam, it's like, man, there's a little asterisk next to like all of his wins, save for the Oliveira win, which was legit as fuck. As much as it hurts me to say it.
I mean that second Volk win, that hurt because I wanted to see that with a full camp. Because I think that Volk won the first fight. Just my opinion. Especially with the way that it ended. I had it 2-2 going into the fifth. And the way that the fifth ended, he dropped him. He was on top. He was landing shots. There wasn't a doubt in my mind. I'm like, all right, Volk got that. So then when Volk took it on like 10 or 12 days notice, I was like, oh, God, no.
Damn.
He's like, I was out there. He goes, I've been drinking more than I should have. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you had Volkanovski like putting it on Makhachev right there. I mean, it was beautiful.
There it
It was really
is.
beautiful to see. He was had a lot of answers for Islam's game, and then like Islam surprised me by having like a pretty. He was like standing with Volkanovski. Volkanovski, who's like pretty hard hitter, I'm sure. Um, eh, yeah, pretty hard hitter, but like
He
also,
stung him in that first round.
yeah,
He
but
switched
like a
stances and hit him with that straight.
great technician too, right? So it's like, wait a minute, Islam's like doing enough to stifle Volkanovski here. I wonder. No, there it is. He won. It was kind of shitty, man. And then like to see Volk then go and take that Topuria fight right after, man, that was shitty. Um,
Yeah, there's quick turnaround for Volk there. He should have taken more time,
he should have
but
taken more
he's going to get his
time
rematch, and we'll
against
see how
Topuria.
that one goes. I think he
You
should
think?
get a rematch against Taporia. Think about what he's done in that division. I think, in
Yeah,
my opinion, if you're a dominant champ in your division and you lose your belt, you get a rematch. We just saw Izzy get two rematches, and he didn't deserve the second one.
he definitely didn't. Dude, when he fought DDP, I was like, the fuck is going on here? Like, and then like there were people saying Izzy should get another rematch. Like, dude, no, man. There has to be someone in a title fight in that division that's not named Israel Adesanya. Like, can we
Just
please fucking agree on
unlimited
that?
rematches for Izzy.
Fuck that. Fuck that, dude. Um, dude, Moicano. God, sorry. I'm on my boy, fucking Moicano. Okay, scale of 1 to 10. Okay, I'm gonna hit you with something. Scale of 1 to 10. If he wears these custom fight shorts, if they give him the custom Moicano fight shorts, does he win? And what round? And what way? Like, what do you have for Moicano tomorrow? If he's in these shorts, he's walking out with the
If
money.
he's
He's hitting
wearing
the Michael
those,
Johnson.
those shorts might get bloody. That might be blood money.
That might be blood, but that's good. Yo, if he wins tomorrow, Blood Money
If he
Moicano is
wins,
the
he's about
nickname.
to cut the best promo of all time.
Dude,
The
it
best
was
promo of all
wild.
time.
He's been wild on the mic his past few fights, dude. We were for my job. I work in like political. I like help make like political media content for a YouTuber, and we were like going over a bunch of stuff about Paris. I think it was around the time of the Olympics, so like Paris had been in the news cycle for how gay it was, and Moicano hops on the mic and starts blasting whoever it was, like the prime minister of fucking France or Paris or whatever the fuck. And like I sent it to my boss, being like, "Hey, we should cut a promo on this," and he was like, "Nah, we have too much on the slate. It was election season, but I wanted it, dude." Um, so yeah, I mean, going down the card here, so I don't get beat by my girlfriend when I get home. Let's come back to the main event because I do want to talk a little bit more about that. Let's start off the night. Also, they don't have a replacement for Beneil Dariush.
No replacement for Benil. Dana said that they're gonna take care of him, and
Good.
from all the fighter stories, usually when stuff like this happens, Dana does take care of him. So hopefully he does right by Benil. I personally
Yeah,
wish that they would have tapped Benil on the shoulder for Islam because I feel like it's just a way better matchup. I think he gives Islam just as hard as a fight as Armin does.
absolutely, dude. I mean, Beneil Dariush, dude, definitely long in the tooth, right? We can all agree. But like, and has had gray in his hair since fucking Nam. But like, Beneil Dariush, dude, the dude is fucking a couple of losses. Okay, I get why. Logically, in a meritocracy, I get why they don't give the fight to Dariush. But like, Dariush was ready for a title fight a hot minute ago. I mean, let's look at this list real quick. His last loss, 2018, to Alexander Hernandez. Huh? Anyways, Thiago Moises, Drew Dober, excellent win. Frank Camacho, Drakkar Klose, fucking banger of a finish. Drakkar
That
Klose,
was
fuck you for
crazy.
losing me $50. Scott Holtzman, Diego Ferreira, Tony Ferguson.
Mm.
Oh. I'll never forgive him for what he did to Tony Ferguson.
He ripped up Tony's knee, and Tony still didn't tap it. That was crazy.
And Oliveira like fucked up his arm doing that armbar, dude. That was actually, speaking of Oliveira, this was the fight where like he had just fought Oliveira and they're getting ready to go do the face-offs, and it's like there's that video of Oliveira like hyping up Tony before he walks out. That was pretty good. Matej Gamrot, great win. Oliveira lost. Great. That was great. Arman Tsarukyan loss, also pretty great. I mean,
see, I thought he was going to beat Arman, but Arman came out there quick and starched him.
Yeah,
Arman, no feeling out moment, no nothing.
Yeah,
just came in there with a
seconds.
Straight and a knee, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, Arman has definitely looked good. He definitely earned his title shot too, you know. I mean, and it was a rematch. For the longest time, I thought Arman was the one that had beaten Makhachev, and then I was like, wait, let me just fact check this, and then I was like, wait a minute, Martins beat him, not Arman? Oh my god, what fucking world are we living in? But I digress. Okay, so let's take a look at these prelims real quick. I mean, really, we were texting about this. Really not a lot going on. This is actually going to be a sneaky fight. Ricky Turcios
and Sopa, that's going to be a good one.
And the odds, I think, are pretty close, but with leaning towards Sopa.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how to say that name.
Ricky, scrapper, but I think he is going to lose. This dude, Rinya Nakamura, is decent. Aylin Perez, what's the over-under that she twerks on her opponent if she wins?
No, she's about to get decisioned.
Yeah, Carl Rose is the real shit. Didn't she just fight? I think she just fought. Oh, nope, August 10th. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, and then... Okay,
that
so here
one
we go.
right
Here's
there.
Where we start getting. Yep.
My boy, Carlos Diego Ferreira.
Dude, I'm excited.
He's definitely one of my favorites to watch. He's always in a good fight.
Yeah? Okay. Damn, they got Grant Dawson as the favorite here. Not by much, but definitely the favorite.
Yeah. I mean, I could see why. He has all the hype. I think he has one loss to Bobby Green. Was that the headbutt loss?
They did give it
Bobby Green, and then
they gave
Bobby
TKO.
fought somebody, and he TKO'd him, but it was a headbutt.
Who did he lose against? Yeah, I guess he just lost against Bobby Green.
I
got Grant Dawson in that as well, but I mean, this is gonna be a fucking barn burner right here.
That one right there. I mean, I feel like they got the odds right, but if you're betting on the fight, Carlos Diego Ferreira is not a bad underdog pick. He does not accept bottom position, and he's going up against a high-quality grappler like Grant Dawson. I think Dawson's going to have his hands full. And Ferreira, he has finishing power on the feet. He could finish you on the floor, too. So there's going to be some really good scrambles. That potential fight of the night right here.
That's a really good – I mean, there's actually – it's one of those cards where it's not – well, okay, so the main card is fucking stacked on name value, but like the early prelims, the prelims, not a lot of name value, but a lot of great fucking matchups.
Turcios and Sopa, I mean, that could steal a performance of the night or a fight of the night. Turcios comes out guns blazing all the time, just straightforward, no feeling out, and he's going.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this is gonna be and there's that bantamweight too. This is gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
both
35.
Lost in their last nut fight.
Oh yeah, Sopa, he was on that the other end of my KO of the year.
Oh yeah, that was damn.
So we'll see how he bounces back after getting finished like that.
Yeah, dude, that was a brutal one. I went back and rewatched that fight after we did our end of the year podcast. That was fucking awesome. Bogdan Gustav, Billy Alicana, is doing anything for you?
Billy Alicana is he's getting sent to the shadow realm.
Yeah, I don't really
probably round 1 or round 2. They have him as a favorite? Am I seeing that correct?
I believe so. Yeah.
Bogdan Gustav plus 136? I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's
wow. It's a close fight, but yeah, wow.
Hammer the money lines now. Gustav by KO round 1 or 2. He's got heavy hands. He's got good power. I think he only has like one loss or so.
Yeah, that might be the lock right there, actually. Zachary Reese, Azamat Bekoev.
Jeez.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly.
Isn't one of them fighting on short notice?
Oh,
I think
the wrong one.
I think somebody's stepping in for Johnny Walker.
Oh.
Or actually,
no,
it may be.
welterweight.
Okay, yeah, no.
Or is that middleweight?
Billy over there, he's stepping in for Johnny Walker. He's about to take Johnny Walker's KO.
Right. Yeah, Johnny Walker was on this card.
Yeah, damn, he's about to get flatlined though.
Doesn't do much for me. Close fight. This one's going to be a good fight. This Peyton Talbot versus Raoni Barcelos. Dude.
That'll be good.
And Peyton Talbot, minus 1,000 favorite, dude.
Jesus.
Dude's violent as fuck. I actually can't wait for that one. It's going to be a great fight. And honestly, Barcelos is kind of durable. I wonder if he's going to make it a war. Where he's just like getting his ass kicked at whatever pace Peyton Talbot wants.
He could. He has the potential to get an upset there too. That'd be a humongous upset.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
But I don't see that happening.
Pretty hyped on that one. Just to see Peyton Talbot come back, Okay, now we get to the main card. We get to the real shit. I know you're a Rainier DeRitter hater. I like DeRitter. I really do. But I love Kevin Holland. Bro, old big mouth. Old big mouth.
I do like Kevin Holland. He just had that little spat with Rampage on the Jackson podcast. That was odd behavior out of Kevin Holland, but I'm still a fan.
Was it though?
That's not going to stop me from being a Holland fan. I personally think that he stops DeRitter because I mean, as bad as his takedown defense is, like he's been working on it. It's been getting better, and DeRitter, he's not this takedown expert, but if he's able to get you down or like put you in a position where you got to scramble, he might catch you in a submission. But he's just so bad on the feet, in my opinion.
DeRitter?
His defense isn't all there, and Kevin Holland does have one-shot knockout power. So I think he does get a TKO either late round 1 or early round 2.
Does Holland's knockout power translate at middleweight, though?
I think so.
I
think it does that, and it's also not the first time that Holland's went up against a high-level grappler. He went up against Jacare, and when Jacare got him down at first, I was like, oh, shit. Because usually when Jacare gets a takedown, he's cutting through everybody's guard like a hot knife through butter. He's in the submission real quick, and Holland knocked him out from his back.
That was a great one. That weird like back fist from the back, and then like kind of as he like hipped up, dude. That was a great knockout, and that was like kind of the one that got Kevin Holland on a lot of people's radars. That was a great one. I'm looking at Holland's record here. Holland,
he fights everybody.
Yeah, he does fight everybody, dude. You really can't fault this dude.
Chiesa, he's a great grappler. He fended off the takedown, and then we saw what happened there. Chiesa kind of gave up there. So he's fought in high level grapplers. He's fought in Chiesa. He's fought in Jacare, and he's KO'd them both.
Yeah,
or he submitted Chiesa, but I think he hurt him with the knee to the body first, and then
he did.
Him out.
And then the Alex Oliveira fight. Oliveira's a wildfire, but he also is a pretty solid grappler. The thing they all have in common too is they're all jiu-jitsu based grapplers, not like judo, not wrestling or anything like that. Like they're all jiu-jitsu based grapplers, and that's what Rainier DeRitter is. He's like the European. I think he got like second place in the European Championship. Which is whatever, but it's it's legit. Like he has legit grappling. Little bit durable on the feet, but I mean he did have like wasn't there like a moment in the Meerschaert fight where like Meerschaert I thought was doing all right against him for like a second or two there.
In round 1 I was like, it's not gonna go DeRitter's way here, and then you turn around and fight's over.
Yeah, you blink. And that was props to DeRitter, man. That was a solid win for your first fight in the UFC, I'm going to go DeRitter. You got Holland?
I got Holland by KO, TKO. I think he stops him.
Yeah.
And Holland's no slouch on the ground either.
No,
he's got a really good guard.
Good. Yeah, I want to say like Travis Lutter, I want to say.
Yes, Travis Lutter black belt.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. He's a legit fucking black belt. Not enough activity off his back.
I, yeah, but
Sometimes, like, or not that there's not enough activity. He's a little bit too willing to go to his back, and that
yeah,
always
he
makes me
gets
nervous.
comfortable there, and he doesn't mind just staying there, which he needs to not accept that position and get back up to his feet.
Yeah. That's gonna be a good fight. I mean, starting off the main card with some good names: Kevin Holland, Rainier De Ritter, and this will really be like a good tell of like where De Ritter is at too in the division. Because if you can't beat Holland at middleweight, then it kind of tells you, okay, well we'll have to give you one more, but like, okay, so you're right around like that 8 to 15 kind of area.
Yeah,
I know Holland's not ranked, but like that's kind of the people that Holland
yeah.
fights too.
It'll be better for the division if DeRitter wins. It
Yeah,
puts a potential contender in the mix,
yeah,
which excuse me, that's good for any division. But
yeah.
I just see Kevin Holland getting his hands raised tomorrow.
And I think there's a random thought. I think the winner of this, no matter who it is, should fight Marvin Vettori because I know Kevin fought him and lost. I would like to see Vettori have a little bit of activity, and either one of these guys would be a fun matchup for him. And
I,
Holland has been making a lot of improvements since he fought De Ritter. When did he fight? Since he fought Vettori. It was back in 2021. I would be interested in seeing how they come up now.
yeah, I thought they were going to match Vettori up with Brandon Allen, especially after they had their little fight at the casino
Yeah,
or whatever. I
yeah,
figured that, hey, you can put that on a fight night. It's got a little hype behind it.
yeah.
I
Be a
don't know
fun
what's
fight
going on
too.
with Vettori. He hasn't fought in a hot minute.
It would either be a great fight or it would be a really boring fight. Now that I think about it, because like
Yeah.
they both have that like you're flipping a coin with what you're gonna get. Um, Jailton Almeida versus Sergey Spivak. This one was one. I think I talked to you about this on text for a while. I was not sure, and I'm still not sure who I have in this fight. Um, who do you have? You go first. They got Almeida
I'm
as
going
the
with
470
Almeida.
favorite. Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna go with the favorite here. I think he gets the submission.
yeah,
He's to me, Spivak, he's just one of those big heavyweights. He's not really in shape. Almeida, he's not one of those big heavyweights. He's in shape. He has an amazing grappling. So
yeah.
once you hit the mat with him, the fight is over. He has shown that once you hit the mat with him, it's over.
Yeah, Spivak has decent grappling, a couple of good submission wins too, but they're all like from that top position or like from the back. Obviously, like I don't see him submitting Almeida off of his back, and I don't see him being able to like sweep Almeida or reverse the position. I see Almeida being able to go in there. I think Spivak's best chance for a win actually is like his knockouts, but I mean,
Who did he fight
I'm not
last?
sure. Let's see. Yeah, let's see who he fought last. Tybura lost to Gon, beat Lewis.
Okay.
And then let's take a look at Almeida as well, just for shits and giggles. Beat Lewis, lost to Blades, beat Romanov, lost to Curtis Blades. Man, that's the curse of Curtis Blades. Good enough to stay in that like top 5 area, top 7 area, but like when he steps up to like that number 1 contender fight, like always loses, dude.
Yeah.
Sucks. Does hold a
That
win over
that,
our
that kind
boy
of what
Tom Aspinall.
that pretty much makes the heavyweight division it is what it
Yeah.
is now. There's not much activity. There's not much contenders. Almeida's a contender, so that's why I'm rooting for him to win. I think he gets it done. But
Yeah.
maybe he'll after this he might get the rematch with Blades because
Let's
I
take a look at
mean
the rank.
there's not really very many matchups in the heavyweight division to make.
No, there really aren't, and I want to see if I can who is. What do we have at heavyweight here? Okay, obviously your boy John Jones,
The goat,
Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gahn,
Volkov.
Pavlovich. Yeah, yeah. Winner could fight Volkov because he's coming off a loss, but it was. I mean, I had that as a win for
That
him.
was a win.
Yeah. Damn. And then loser could fight
There's-
Pavlovich. Loser could fight. I mean, winner could fight Gon,
That's
and loser could fight Volkov actually,
yeah.
because give the winner Gon and let's send. And I think, uh, maybe not Spivak. I think Almeida, if he wins, should fight Gon because I think he could give Gon a really good fight. Spivak, I think,
Yeah, I
fought Gon
actually
and
think that.
lost.
I mean, Gon has the footwork to stay off the cage, but he does not have the takedown defense to keep Almeida off of him.
Yeah, piss poor fucking grappling IQ as well. Just fucking dog
Yeah.
shit.
When in doubt, he
Um,
just goes for that heel hook. I don't
sits
get it.
back and like the straight ankle too, which is like if you roll no-gi even like the straight ankle lock is like kind of hard to get when you're slippery, especially like at the end of a 3 or 5 round fight. Like weird decision to go for those
He
submissions.
got it like once or twice, and
Yeah,
it's I feel like it's just gone to his head. No pun
he,
intended.
he's like I'm gonna. That was good. He's just like, oh man, I'm gonna go for this again. I'm gonna be the leg lock guy. It's like, yeah, but you have like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Who am I, right? I'm just some fucking dude. I got Almeida in this as well. I would love to have Spivak, the favorite, come out because I love a good underdog win. But I mean, I was like interested in Spivak when he first got onto the scene a while ago. Who did he fight? Got my notice here, caught my eye.
Greg
It was a
Hardy.
while ago. It was no, no. Who was it? Fuck. Olenek, yes, dude. It was when he fought Olenek. Yeah,
Oh, that was a
because like
good one.
Olenek was old, but like that dude was good for an old guy. And then he
Lennox has a
fought.
lot of fights.
Yeah, he has something like 60 or 70 fights or something,
Yeah,
dude. Olenek was
yeah,
awesome.
it's up there.
Okay, so we both got Almeida in that one. Here's the fucking vig, dude. Yuri Prochazka, Jamal Hill. We've talked about this offline like a lot. Piss or get off the pot. Who you got?
Man, this is another toss up because this fight could go either way. They both have crazy finishing potential. He's got great boxing. He doesn't really take too much damage. Outside of his last fight, he doesn't really get hit too much. Whereas Yuri, he does get hit a lot, but that's just his style. He kind of throws himself in that danger to put himself in positions to get a finish.
Yeah.
So, and I just don't know if you can do that with Hill, but we also don't know how Hill's going to be coming off a knockout loss like that. And we
Yeah.
really don't know how Yuri's going to be coming off a knockout loss like that. Which, I mean, we've seen him get knocked out by Alex, then come back, beat Alexander Rocket, and he kind of put it. He was getting whooped on and, until he wasn't.
That's
So,
true, man.
and
This
he
one's
was
a
walking
real.
through Rocket's shots, and that was wild. But
He this
I
one's this.
just
Go
I
ahead.
don't know. You just can't do that with Jamal. And I actually thought
Unless
that
you're.
Jamal would be a little bit bigger than Yuri.
I did too. I think he has the longer reach. But those stats, man, those are always off a little bit. Like some guys' reach or height, you're sitting there like, wait, what? Yuri Prohaska doing everything to train for a fight, but MMA training. Is that video of him
Oh,
like running on the tread? He's like sidestepping on the treadmill. Let me see if I can find that shit, dude.
yeah, man, that's a
Oh,
toss up. I think the one thing that Yuri, or one of the few things that Yuri has going for him, is Hill doesn't really throw a lot of kicks.
no, he
So,
doesn't.
uh,
Training with
but
Bilal.
he keeps his hands high, he keeps his chin tucked, and I got to go with Hill. I feel like he has the
Yeah,
better defense. I feel like he
yeah,
can get. I feel this fight is going to end in a finish. I don't think that this fight's going to the cards. I
I
think
agree.
Jamal Hill gets a TKO or a KO round one or two, but you really can't count Yuri out because it's just part of his game. He's got to throw himself in that fire to really be who he is, and that's how he gets his finishes.
Yeah, he's got that thing where it's like the Bushido code kind of thing, or the samurai thing, whatever you want to call it. Like it's almost like a detriment to him at some point because he's like doing all of the right stuff mentally, but it's like, dude, you would benefit from just going and working. I mean, like what Hill is doing, like just go and work with a fucking great wrestler. Go and work with like a more polished kickboxer.
Yeah,
Because I love Yuri's striking style. I think like every fan did, like especially those first couple of fights when he came on the scene, and it was like that spinning elbow that he knocked out Dom Reyes with. It's like, dude,
that was filthy.
that is creative, beautiful striking at its best. But like, it also is accompanied by like, it's almost kind of John Jones-esque, except John Jones seemed to be like a little bit more crafty with like his defense and his evasiveness. Then he also had the wrestling to back up his wild striking style. But it's like Yuri hasn't like made the progression that like you'd hope for a guy who's like been the champion and been in all these title fights.
Yeah, and I feel like Jamal he has a really good lead hook, so I feel like
Yeah.
he could catch Yuri coming in pretty easily.
I do too. After that second Pereira fight, I was like, damn, Prochazka needs to fucking. And I know he stepped up to fight him, but it's like
That
Prochazka needs to
that was a lot of
tighten things up
damage.
a little bit. Yeah, it was a lot of damage.
That was a lot more
Jamal
damage
Hill
than the
though,
first one.
I'll take Yuri in this one because I think it's fun. I will not be surprised if Jamal Hill wins. I won't be surprised either dude wins because that's the kind of fight that this is. It's really interesting to me to find out like what's gonna win out here because they have such a similar body type, such a similar like they're both striking oriented, but just in different ways. Like it's like the best type of matchup, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like Yuri, he's also fought the better competition in my opinion
Definitely,
compared to
definitely.
Jamal Hill, but uh, Hill's just he's just so much more defensively sound than Yuri is, and
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
That's good. That's going to be the X factor there is their defense. Because
yeah.
once you get knocked out like that, you don't take a shot the same way. So if Yuri comes in with something wild, Jamal maybe can't eat that shot the same way like he could before. But
Yeah,
he's also taken that time off too, so it's going to be
yeah.
really interesting.
And Jamal Hill's been real active online. I mean, where's the confidence coming from? You know, like I know he's trying to get the fight. He's trying to get the fight back with Pereira. I wonder if he's been like kind of secretly grinding and like that. You know, him training with Bilal definitely intrigues me because like, is he adding a new like a new wrestling factor to his game? I'd be very interested to see. Because like, imagine if he goes out there and just wrestles Yuri Prochazka, like even just a little bit. That's gonna turn the tide of this fight and put him
Yeah.
in positions to end it too. I'm really intrigued by this one. I do, yeah. I think I want Yuri because Jamal Hill is so annoying, so I'm gonna go with Yuri. Close fight.
I feel like a lot of people are rooting for Yuri because
Yeah. It.
if you
How can
lose
you
this
not?
fight, where does either guy go from there?
Jamal Hill, not that bad, right? Because he's only lost recently to the champion, Alex Pereira, and then when was his last loss? Let's take a look. Oh, against Paul Craig. Oh my
Yeah,
God, what a good
yeah. Paul
fucking
Paul Craig
yeah.
put that was wild.
That was
Put
a
that
good one.
triangle on him, broke his
Yeah,
arm.
and then it was a
Paul Craig looked up
knockout or
at the ref and
TKO,
he's
right?
like, "Hey, look, he's done." The ref's like, "Nah," and he just went crazy with those elbows.
Um, Yeah, that was a wild one. Fucking Paul, the Bear Jew Paul Craig, man, he fell off. And then Yuri lost to Pereira, beat Rakic, lost to Pereira, beat Teixeira, beat Reyes, beat. Wow, only 6 fights in the UFC.
Yeah,
For someone so experienced, man, you wouldn't expect to see that many holes in his game at that level. Obviously, I
yeah.
wonder.
Because
I
even
wonder.
Reyes hit him with an upkick, and Yuri admitted
Yeah,
that that upkick knocked him out, and then he came back
yeah.
and it was like, "Oh yeah, I'm on top."
Rakic didn't do too bad in the first round either. Yuri won it,
No.
but you know. Okay, okay. Moving on to what I know is going to be your favorite fight of the night. I am actually
Oh
very
man.
interested in this one. Merab Dvalishvili, champion at 135, taking on Umar Nurmagomedov. Who you got?
I know on the other podcast, I initially said that Umar is getting a finish pretty easily.
Yeah?
But after, I'm thinking about it, I'm hearing everybody's opinions. I'm still going with Umar. I'm still going with Umar. The one thing though is that Umar he does get a little tired. We haven't really seen him in very many 5 round fights. Um, but he does have that finishing potential. I think he has like 9 finishes total, 9 decisions. I think Merab has nothing but decisions. So we know what we're getting with Merab, but how is Umar going to deal with all that pressure that Merab's coming with?
Our boy
And
Barcelos
Umar
TKO.
Umar did get dropped
Yeah,
2 fights ago, but he got back up. He won the fight. But I feel like with Umar, I think what's going to be really good for him is that front kick to the body. He throws it off the lead
yeah,
leg pretty quickly. It is
yeah,
lightning fast, and I feel that's going to keep Merab at bay. O'Malley was able
yeah,
to hurt him with one of those, and they're probably watching that tape, knowing that they can hurt Merab to the body. But I want to know kind of what Umar's going to look like in rounds 4 and 5 when somebody is coming at him with all that pressure. Merab could
yeah.
easily win those later rounds. I just don't know if Merab can get a finish. I feel like Umar could easily steal rounds 1, 2, and 3
Definitely.
because I feel like there's
Um,
going to be some really good scrambles in here. Merab's
that's
not
what
going to
I'm so
shy away
excited
from his
for.
game plan.
Especially after that Aljamain Evloev fight, it's like, dude, there's gonna be some. Grappling is fucking back in an exciting way in the UFC, and I'm really excited for that. I mean, Umar took Sandhagen all 5 rounds, and like Sandhagen did not really have much for him. One of the things you touched on, which I think is really interesting, is the lead leg kicks, the straight kicks, but like just the kicks in general from Nurmagomedov are really good, and it's the perfect thing for a wrestler to have, especially going against another wrestler like Merab. Like, yeah, you can defend in the wrestling, but like, yeah, I mean, you made a good point. Like, if they go tit for tat, cardio and takedown for cardio and takedown, like I give that to Merab, but with that um, anomaly that is like Nurmagomedov's front kick, especially like that lead leg question mark kick, is really good. I wonder if that's enough to keep Merab away. It's like you take the best of like what O'Malley and Jan have and give it to a guy who can also hold his own on the wrestling with Merab. Like I think that
Yeah,
might be enough. I'm actually going the other way where it's like I think I'm starting to warm up to Umar
but
Nurmagomedov. Just a lot of questions about him, and I think
I
Merab
think.
though. Continue.
Oh no, I was gonna say Umar. Usually, like Umar, he doesn't really throw like a lot of volume, and to keep a guy like Marab off you're gonna have to throw some volume. You got to get
Yeah,
some respect, because if not, he's just gonna keep shooting those takedowns.
yeah, and then outside the cage, like I feel like Nurmagomedov is living in Merab's head for sure. So it's a matter of like, can he, like, the dude will not shut up about Umar, and I'm like, damn, dude, I hope you're fucking training, and he is, but it's like, dude, I
Yeah,
really, yeah, that's a wild one. I think my safe bet is still on Merab, but Umar, this could be the fight that like we really see Umar coming out and like shining. And he did have to deal with Corey Sandhagen, so it's like I don't think that, and Brian Kelleher too, and Barcelo. Like I think that he's fought the power puncher, he's fought the scrapper, he's fought like the
but
technician. I don't
yeah,
think Umar's gonna have anything on the feet. Or I don't think Marab is going to have anything on the feet for Umar, whereas I think Umar could have, especially with those snap kicks, like to the gut. I really think O'Malley, like if he takes a little page out of what O'Malley did right in that fight, he could come away with a really interesting victory here.
yeah. There's, oh man, there is a small part of me. It's like I'm going Marab, but
Yeah,
for like for Marab, again, like he gets hurt in a lot of his fights. Like
yep,
Maurice, damn, I'm not gonna lie. I was in Orlando when that fight was going on. Maurice pretty much had him dead to rights. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I come back, Marab's hands were raised. I'm like, what the hell did I just miss?
yeah. The only finish too that he's had in a while
Yeah,
against
and
Marlon
then
Moraes, and it's like,
Cejudo hurt him
yep.
with a hook.
Aldo
O'Malley hurt
definitely,
him.
yeah. Aldo had a couple of good shots in there. I mean, Jose Aldo's the fucking king of Rio.
Yeah.
Can we agree?
Hey,
And then Jan, yeah, the Jan fight, he
this.
audited Jan though. I mean, that
Yeah, he
was a weird
did.
one. Jan's kind of back though.
Yeah, I feel like he broke Jan. I felt like Jan, even in the Son Yadong fight, Jan was. just overreacting to some of those takedowns. So I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. My dong, your dong, everybody's dong, dude. What a good guy. And yeah, I mean, broke Jan, broke O'Malley for sure. I don't know if I'd say
Yeah.
broke Cejudo, but like definitely fucking cleanly beat Cejudo.
Yeah, and
I
that's the thing. If he could take down Cejudo, he can probably he can get Umar down. Can he hold
yeah,
Umar down? I
yeah,
don't know. Marab doesn't really hold a lot of people down, which is pretty odd. But
yeah. Um, like
for a
almost
guy that shoots that many takedowns, you'd feel like he'd have like a lot of top control, but he kind of doesn't.
yeah, kind of like Colby Covington in a way where it's like he's all over you, but he's not doing heavy damage and he's not adding the submission game to his ground and pound or to his grappling game rather. So it's like you're just going on this cardio and this pace, but like that's gonna fade for sure. I mean, we saw it with
Yeah.
Colby against like Joaquin. Like I would like to see Marab add some submissions to his game. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
he has. Because it's kind of like if it's not broke, don't why fix it.
I mean,
Whereas
you figure you train with
Umar,
Aljo in that camp. Come on, man.
yeah, and like Ray Longo, the jury's not out on Ray Longo. He's had a bunch of champions, but it's like Ray Longo is definitely a decent kickboxing coach, like decent boxing coach. Like you would like to see. I'd like to see Marab add some more of that, but if he hasn't by now, it's like, how is he gonna do that now? I don't know. Maybe he goes the Kamaru Usman way and he just adds this crazy fucking boxing into his game. I'm actually leaning towards Umar a little bit more now. I think Umar's the favorite.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that he's the favorite, but uh, uh, this should be a good one.
This will be a good
This
one.
should
There we
be a
go.
good. There is a
Thank
small
you.
part of me that thinks Marab can get it done, but I feel like I don't know those later rounds. Well, if it makes it to the later rounds, we'll see. Maybe Umar catches him early and empties the tank and puts him away. So we'll see. But I don't really see Umar emptying the tank, especially with Khabib in his corner. They stick to a game plan. They do not shy
Yeah.
away from the game plan. The game plan is the
Yeah.
game plan. If the finish comes, it comes. If not, we're going to decision.
I am changing my pick from last week on this. I think Umar Nurmagomedov's got it. It was kind of when you said that, like his front kicks are really good, and he kind of has all the fucking tools to beat Marab, and Marab has some of the tools to beat Umar. I think
Yeah.
I've got Umar. That's
I mean,
gonna be
I
a
don't.
great fight though.
I feel like they're going to fight a few times.
Definitely.
This is just one of two or one of three. But if Marab gets through him and makes it look easy, he's going to be champ for for a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's already kind of cleaned out the division. Like he's beat a lot of those guys in the fucking division. I mean, I guess I want to see the Jan rematch, but like, not crazy bad.
Jan, I do want to see O'Malley with a good hip. See what that takedown defense looks like. If the hip if it still looks the same, then we'll know after one round what we're getting there.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I mean, I like Sean O'Malley. I'm a fan of his. I was rooting for him against Marab. Really didn't want Marab to win, but he's just got that style right now.
Marab came back and fucking avenged Aljo.
I'm hoping that he can add, like you said, that the submissions to his arsenal, so he can just start finishing fights. I feel like he would gain more fans that way too.
Definitely.
So, for us, for the hardcore fans, we'll take anything. For the casuals, they see a finish, that they hop on board. It's only going to put more money in his pocket.
Yeah. Damn, that's a really close fight. A lot of really close fights on this card. Okay, and then here we go. Back to the favorite, the main event. Bro, Islam Makhachev, I didn't see this before, minus 1,200 favorite against Moicano. I mean, can we put some fucking respect on Renato Moicano's name, please?
Like, this fight right here, I feel like one day notice, does Moicano have a chance? Yes, everybody has a chance. in their fight, but how long is he gonna last?
Yeah.
I feel like is the question here. If it gets out of the first 2 rounds, like I mentioned earlier, I think Moicano could win a round or so. He might even catch Islam. He may have a moment or so, but the thing that I keep thinking about with Moicano is he is very good on the ground. He's great from top position, but I just watched back his RDA fight a little earlier, and
Yeah.
RDA, and I think that was also a short notice fight, but RDA was just taking him down whenever he wanted to. And maybe it was because it was short notice. He wasn't expecting RDA to do that,
Yeah.
but that just seeing that worries me. I'm like, dang. I was like, if RDA is hitting takedowns like that, if Islam hits a takedown, we'll see. When he fought Benoit Saint Denis, I was like, initially
Yeah.
I actually picked Benoit Saint Denis. I'm like, all right, there's no staph infection on his head. He's gonna hit a takedown, get him out of there. But Moicano shot first and beat the absolute dog shit out of him.
Yeah, beat Jalen Turner, so that was a good win. Beat Drew Dober, and then submitted Brad Riddell. Brad Riddell, all of his fights have been
Bro,
really good. His past four
Brad
fights have
Riddell,
all
I
been
feel like
really good.
once Fiziev hit him with that wheel kick, he just wasn't the same.
Yeah, dude, he retired after that too, right?
No, I think after that he just kept on losing.
Damn. Let's see, who was Riddell's last fight? Moicano. Shit. I
Yeah,
mean,
see,
Moicano's been doing
he
great.
lost to Fiziev, and
Yeah.
that was it.
They had to send Justin Gaethje in to fucking silence Fiziev. Moicano has made improvements on the feet, but there's still that gap, which is the wrestling and like the ability to take the fight where you want, or like to stop someone else from taking the fight where they want. And I think, oof, I think it's gonna be a quick night for Islam Makhachev. I think,
Over or under 2 rounds?
I think under. I think first round.
First round, yeah.
Yeah, I think first or second round.
It's just
Um,
he said that he's been preparing for 5 rounds for like the last week, and he's been preparing with a southpaw. So I mean, oh man,
I hope. Hey,
I,
man, I
I
would love
hope.
nothing more than an underdog fight, an
I
underdog
mean,
win. I mean,
I know our boy Dan. I know he's hoping that Moicano can get a crazy upset.
same. But
That would be wild. I'm hoping for a crazy upset.
yeah,
I'm not
I
the
just
biggest Islam fan, but that would be some wild shit. 1 day notice, Moicano, maybe a comeback win. Maybe he's down 3-0, 4-0 on the cards. Round 5, Islam's tired and catches him.
oh like a Leon Edwards moment where he just fucking sleeps Islam out of nowhere. Problem, man, Islam is durable as fuck.
He
Fucking
is.
great submissions, great ability to fucking take the fight where he wants to go, and getting cleaner on the feet, cleaner than Khabib was ever on the feet, in my
Oh,
opinion.
way better.
I'm really excited for this one. I
The
think it's gonna
only thing
be,
with Islam is it's his gas tank. He cuts so much weight. He doesn't look great. He doesn't look great on the scale. Whenever you
yeah,
watch like the official weigh-ins, not the ceremonial ones that we all love, I
yeah,
was watching them. I
yeah.
was like, I was like, that doesn't look great because he's
That's why he
he's
grows the
cut
beard,
so much freaking weight.
dude.
So
They're good at
that
weight cutting
cardio
though.
is always going to be in question. He even when he fought Volk, he looked a little tired. He was fighting Poirier in the later rounds. It looked like Poirier was having a moment,
Yeah,
and until Islam choked the life out of him. But
he sure
if you could
did.
get to those later rounds with Islam, you have a chance.
I think so. Yeah, definitely. And I think it's just a matter of like Renato Moicano's kind of got shades of Charles Oliveira, and I just don't think like where Oliveira has come back from like this stigma of being like a quitter. I don't think that Moicano's a quitter. I also don't really like believe in that word for the most part from like for like fighters at this level. But like I just think he's not going to pivot off of his game plan in the same way that Oliveira has learned to, right? Oliveira like gets dropped and he comes back cleaner, and then he drops them and then he submits them. Like he kind of supplemented his submission game with that striking and like this really good like almost Greco style, judo style like top upper body like wrestling. With Moicano just kind of sank his teeth into the striking, and I don't know if he's going to have much for Islam. Also, like, he was preparing for Beneil Dariush, who's, like, grappling is amazing, but it's jiu-jitsu-based grappling. And
yeah, but I feel
brawler.
like that'll help him with some of those grappling exchanges on the ground.
Definitely.
Islam is probably going to get on his back. I feel like if Moicano has a moment in the fight, it's going to be on the ground. I feel like he may reverse position, get top control. He has really nasty top control.
Yeah, he does.
Maybe he cuts Islam open with a couple elbows like he did to Benoit Saint Denis. Maybe he closes his eye.
That's what I was thinking when you said top
maybe
control.
A doctor stoppage for a boy.
Maybe. Maybe, man.
Wouldn't that be some shit?
That would be kind of shitty, actually. Here's a question, though. Regardless of who wins, or I mean, let's take it case by case, right? Say Islam wins. No, so let's go with Renato first. Moicano wins, becomes the champion. Who do you have him fight as his first title defense?
Islam.
Yeah, rematch, immediate rematch.
Yeah, I feel like Dana, he's gonna not just from Dana, but he's defended the belt a few times. He's taken short notice fights. He's gonna get his rematch. There's no way he doesn't. So I feel like it would be an Islam matchup, and I feel like if Moicano does win in some crazy comeback or he reverses the position and gets a stoppage and then he gets a full training camp for Islam, now we got ourselves
that's a good fight.
A really good fight. But then
all the
what are they going to
Islam too?
What would you do with Arman? Would you put him back in the title picture? Do you have him fight another contender like they did to Charles? I know why they did it to Charles. You shouldn't be sparring that hard. Like what was it, less than a week or like a week before the fight? Like you can't be doing that.
A week and a half before the fight.
That's crazy.
So if Moicano wins, I just don't see how they don't logically give a rematch to Islam. If I had my druthers, it would be Moicano versus Oliveira. With Arman Islam as like the co-main. And so that way they're ready if they need a backup, because Oliveira is ready for his title shot again. Arman, I hate to say it, but like if Moicano wins and it opens up the division for more contenders, I just don't see how Arman jumps in front of either an Islam rematch or Oliveira getting his title shot. And then if Islam wins, this was the more interesting one, I thought. Like if Islam wins, what do you do? Do you try to remake the Arman fight, or do you go with Oliveira?
I'd go with Oliveira. Oliveira's ready now. You make Oliveira fight and then wait for Arman, because a back injury is no joke. Like that is painful, especially if you're a wrestler like Arman and you're going up against another really high level wrestler like Islam. Like that back injury is no joke. That might sideline him for a little bit, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know how serious it is, but if you got back pain like that, then that even a little bit of back pain, everybody's probably been there. It sucks.
We're getting old, man. I know the back pain. And
I really want to see Justin to see Justin versus Islam before Poirier got the shot. I thought that was crazy. I was like, there's no way that Poirier could be getting a shot after getting knocked out by Justin. And now Justin gets the consolation prize of his hands full with Holloway.
Yeah, dude. And they're saying Justin versus Hooker is next. I would also not be mad at letting Dan Hooker jump up and get, like, if Islam wins and we need movement in the division, I think give Oliveira his title shot. But say Oliveira can't win, can't make the fight or something, gets injured, something like that. I would not be mad if Dan Hooker gets a title shot. And then if Moicano wins, it's like there's so much to do before you get to Dan Hooker at 6 that I would just want to see someone else. But like I would not be mad at Dan Hooker getting a title shot either in his next fight or the one right after that. Yeah.
Not at all. Because I remember when he fought Islam, that was, I think, like a week's notice. He just
Yeah,
took
it
it and went.
was.
But now you got Dan Hooker all tatted up the way that he looked against Gamrot. That's whew. And if he's able to push the pace, that's the thing. Like when you fight like Islam or you fighting Khabib, you cannot be on your back foot. You have to go forward because once they get you near that cage, it's a lot easier for them to hit that takedown.
It's
Like
so
Khabib didn't
fucking
really hit a
easy.
lot of takedowns out in the open. If your
Yeah.
back wasn't on the cage, Islam will here and there, but we've seen him get people defend him a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So that's another thing Moicano has going for him is he goes forward.
Yeah.
That's another feather in his cap there
A-
against Islam
And
that he
that
has going for
Dagestani
him.
style of wrestling, like it is against the cage, they get the takedown, and then like there was this time where like a lot of the American top team guys, like they got really good getting up against the cage, and like the Dagestani wrestling style just fucking stifles that. Like they're so
Yeah,
good at making sure that guys can't use the cage to get up, and it like kind of leads into a lot of their traps now. You saw it with Khabib, you see it with Islam. Umar's got it, and it's like, damn, I really wonder, like you need someone like an Oliveira to kind of have an answer for that kind of shit on the against the cage. I think Moicano has it as well, but I just don't know if like but when Islam gets there, like Islam has so many openings to damage Moicano. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a short night for Islam Makhachev.
yeah.
What's your final pick? You got Islam or Moicano?
Oh man, get Islam. I
Yeah.
would I would love to see Moicano get a crazy victory, but if I'm putting money on it, which I am, I'm going Islam.
Yeah. Is your wife gonna bet?
I asked her earlier. She said no.
Okay.
Wifey
Okay.
said that she's not betting on this card. But
A lot of close fights. I don't blame her. She's
another
smarter than
another
me.
thing that I'm thinking about in that Umar Marab fight is what if Umar hits a takedown? Because usually when you get these high level wrestlers down and they scramble up to their feet, they always give up their back. What if Umar
Yeah.
snatches up that back,
Yeah, because they're so
gets
used to
himself a
getting the
submission?
back when other people scramble up to their feet. They're not really used to being in the opposite end of that. You know, in a fight where
Yeah,
it's like, oh, now I have to get up, and then it's like, no, you're. Yeah, I don't know. Your neck is going to be
that's
exposed. I think Umar has better finishing ability off the bat, or like on someone's back than Marab for sure.
yeah. He just has finishing ability. Click on Marab. I think he's maybe finished one or two fights.
4, 3 wins
Four.
by knockout,
Okay,
1 by submission.
it's
Yeah, if Marab wins, I think it's going to be a 5 round decision. If Umar wins, I could see it being like a fourth or fifth round stoppage. Yeah, not great. Marab Dvalishvili.
a lot of
um,
50-50 fights on the card. It's still
yeah,
gonna be a good card even with
great card.
the change up top there with Islam and Moicano. A lot of 50-50 fights. Marab, Umar, despite what those odds are, that's a 50-50 fight. Yuri
Mm-hmm.
Jamal, 50-50 fight. Holland DeRitter, 50-50 fight. Almeida Spivak, that's not a
Kind of,
50-50 fight.
not quite a 50-50 fight, but still pretty damn close. You know, like, would you be
Yeah,
surprised if Spivak does win? I wouldn't.
no.
Yeah,
And
and then
then
like we got
my boy Carlos Diego Fajeda, despite those odds, I think that's a 50-50 fight.
50-50 fight, dude. And then I mean, yeah, a
Tercios
lot of them.
Sopaj, that's can be a 50-50. But
You know what's not a
Tercios,
50-50 fight? This one.
oh, Peyton Talbot, yeah.
Yeah, I got Peyton Talbot.
That's
That's like maybe that actually
look at
might be
those
the lock
odds.
of the card is Peyton Talbot. Although Bogdan Guskov, I mean, at these
That, yeah,
odds, bro, take that money.
that easy money.
Yeah.
That's
That
round one KO.
that is all I've got, man. You got anything else for the people?
No, oh, Weidman retired like an
I
hour
saw
ago.
that. Yeah, as we started, I saw that Weidman announces his retirement. Dude,
That
hats off
was
to Chris Weidman, dude. On a
yeah.
skid,
He had a good career, and I was
he
salty
had a
at him
great
because
career.
he beat our boy Anderson. I didn't like the
And
fashion that he
Lyoto,
beat him in either time. But
me
the first
either.
one, Anderson did it to himself, so I can't really knock Weidman
And
for
I think it
that.
was like The hook didn't look like how like when you see a left hook knockout, you're you think like Michael Bisping against Rockhold. You're
Yeah.
like, fuck, that was a good left hook. You saw how powerful it was. The one against Anderson it looked like a slight touch, but it was so perfect.
It got him, and then Anderson snaps his leg. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't want to see a championship run out of this guy.
No.
And then he goes on, he beats our boy Lyoto in a really good fight.
That was a great fight. It was a close fight too for a minute there,
he
man.
was taking out all our Brazilian legends, and he beat up.
I know.
Not TRT Tour. He beat up Vitor.
Vitor
was still trying to sneak a little juice in there. Didn't help.
He
caught him,
soft
but
it
fight, still didn't help. Yeah, that was the first time everybody wanted to know what Vitor looked like without the juice. Even at like the weigh-ins, Vitor had a shirt on. We're like, what's this guy look like?
Look good, dude. But then also like, when he fought Rockhold, dude, that was like the pinnacle of MMA at the time, where it was like these guys were both the best, and like that was they were. Neither one of them was ever the same after that.
That wheel kick, that took Weidman's career away.
Sent him into retirement, just not right then.
He never thrown it before. Why are we throwing it now with the belt on the line?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
And he almost beat Romero until he took that flying knee. I think we watched that one. He was doing pretty good against Romero.
I feel like Yoel was just allowing him to snatch up those singles, in my opinion. He was trying to lure him into something, and boy, did he.
All right, brother. People, follow Dorain and Dan. And, I mean, that's all we got, you know? Like, subscribe, do the thing. And, Dorain, we'll catch a little recap if you got time after the fights.
Got time.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks, brother.
All right, man.
See ya.